I am with a boy who is 2 years younger than me. He is my stepfather's son, and when you encounter him on the street, you can't help but touch him with your eyes. The level of a male god, who measures his leg length. This is not the point. The point is that in his heart, I can't always be alone, can I? I'm already 25. It's still the mother and fetus solo. Going to that place to find a boyfriend. He seemed to be mocking. I was a bit angry and said, "Can't we? They can introduce me." Hey. Suddenly the sky and earth spun before my eyes. Lin other. Surprisingly carried me back. The key is still his room, on his bed. Smelling the obvious aura that belonged to him, all around it surged towards me, including my body. The soft and exceptionally smooth bed froze me. Lin Chi pressed on me, frowning, and looking at me. Is he restless during his adolescence? Being sucked in by my female hormones while spending time together day and night. Yin, have you fallen in love with me? What should I do? Although I also have a good impression of him, after all his father is. My father and my mother are also his mother. If we obtain the certificate, how should this ethical relationship be calculated? Are you gaining weight? He suddenly spoke. Both chins are so thick, he said as he opened the original iPhone camera with one hand, aiming at my face. Looking at myself floating in powder in the camera, a wave of hot blood instantly surged onto my forehead, and I. Uncontrollable extended a sinful little hand. Lin Chi groaned. Well, I was planning to pinch his waist, but I don't know which tendon was tied up wrong and I accidentally pinched it. On a protruding part of his chest. He widened his eyes full of disbelief. Who made him laugh at me? This is revenge. He suppressed my struggle and said coldly, "Do you believe I pinched it back? I am not willing to be outdone. You pinch it." He didn't move. Oh, I knew you wouldn't dare. After a moment of silence we looked at each other. He really put his hand on my chest, covering my 3/4C. At this awkward moment of being speechless, my phone rang like a savior. Get up. Lin Chi quickly got up and let go of me. I grabbed my phone and looked up at the two moms on it. Words have never felt so familiar before. After connecting, I passionately shouted, "Mom! Wan, have you ever had dinner with Xiaolin? Mom and Uncle will be with you soon." My child. Me mother smiled and added a sentence that surprised both of us. Also, it's over 10 minutes, right? Why did you suddenly come? I desperately hinted to Lin Chi with my eyes. You two are working alone outside and haven't seen each other for half a year. I want to take a look. What about your living environment? Putting down the phone, I broke out in a cold sweat. I don't know what I'm nervous about either. Lin Chi edited a message and sent it to me. He rolled up his sleeves and said, "Go and take these. After buying the things, I'll go cook. Otherwise, why don't we go out and eat?" He glanced at me and said, "Have you forgotten your illness? Okay, maybe you can see the family-like relationship between me and Linky. My mom just. I won't think too much." Wait, how much do you think? I didn't have much to do with him from the beginning. I came back with a big bag of vegetables and fruits and picked up a big white mantou. I took a bite to replenish the lost stamina. Lin Ki's eyes fell on my plump and soft mantou. After a meal, what flashed in his eyes? So? I suddenly realized something. My face burning hot. Soon my mother and stepfather appeared at the door covered in dust. My mother began to sigh from the moment she entered the door. After Xiaolin arrived, your house looked incomparable. Back then it was much cleaner. Did you wash the curtains? Did you also wash the sofa mat? I washed it. I casually took the bag from her hand and looked behind her, feeling a bit uneasy. Uncle Lin, who was restrained, said for a while, "Uncle is here. Uncle has worked hard." Uncle Lin nodded with a smile. Probably he didn't hear what I was saying clearly.